So if you guys don't know, then you guys should know, considering what is going on in the news right now about the notorious Puffy Flavour camp that P. Diddy used to run, and had a 14-year-old Usher at the time attend this camp and stay with a grown man he's not related to for a whole year. What the hell was going on at these Puffy flavoured camps? Hey guys, it's Brali. Hopefully you guys are all doing well today. Back again with another video. If you have not subscribed, click that button, guys, for daily and consistent content. Subscribe to the channel, I would appreciate it. And let's get straight into this video, where I just want to do a deep dive into the Puffy flavoured camp. Now, for those of you that don't know what this is, this was a camp where, you know, musicians would go to P. Diddy, where he would train them, make them his protege, project, whatever you want to call it. And of course, we know the Usher of today, who is extremely successful, has had a career that is directly aligned with growing up with P. Diddy.
He said, yo, Gene, watch the door, don't let nobody come through here. And I said, I watched the door. If I watched the door and him and a man ran out naked, and I said that, ain't nobody told me that. I saw that myself.
Now, Puffy flavoured camp within itself already finds me creep the hell out, because to me, I'm gonna get straight into it, it sounds like a grooming ground where you have grown men who are very much, you know, gonna groom young boys into the world of stardom, musicians, etc. And then of course, in doing so, you train them in your own ways and you manipulate them.
What I did say is that there were very curious things taking place, and I didn't necessarily understand it. So I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you seeing?
I went there to see the lifestyle,
right?
And I saw it, and it was, but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
It is obviously quite sad. We've seen it with even, you know, presenters in the UK, like Philip Schofield went through a huge scandal here where he, you know, the grooming ground of a school that he would go to. Even the scandal that I'm involved in last year, where there were multiple men where I had to do things for, I was very much 17, 18, and these men were in their 40s, grooming me, locking me in rooms, drugging me, beating me up, and forced me to engage in weird kinks like race play and say things for them and slurs and etc. that would turn them on. And, you know, I wouldn't really have a choice. You either do it or, you know, you face severe consequences. So you have grown men out here from different levels, depending on their wealth and power, who will use you, manipulate you, exploit you, because you are in a position that is better to be exploited than another kid down the road, and they will take advantage of you, and you don't know any better at that age but the grown men around you. So, or you are unable to leave. Now, when it comes to Usher's particular case, he is, you know, doing an interview with Howard Stern, it's Resurfaced, where he is discussing these Puffy flavoured camps, and that, you know, Howard says, would you take your son there, Usher, today? And Usher said, absolutely not.
So I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you seeing?
I went there to see the lifestyle,
right?
And I saw it, and it was, but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
Why is a 13-year-old, 14-year-old going and hanging with a grown man without his parents, going to live with somebody that he's not related to?
Yeah, they yours when you go see this for you. This ain't for nobody else with you. You take that time, boy. I see you. Fly ass motherfucker doing Vegas. You were in the kitchen eating all my cereal.
It doesn't make any sense. It's very bizarre, very concerning. Not only that, but videos have resurfaced via Kevin Hart interviewing P. Diddy, where P. Diddy did...
My brother right here from day one, we used to wake up and, I mean, damn, pause, but like just I mean, back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the Frosted Flakes, you know what I'm saying?
Say with Usher next to him, when I used to wake up, and then of course stop the conversation, implying that he used to wake up with Usher when Usher was 10 years old in a bed, and they were talking about Frosted Flakes and etc. And it is obviously very concerning. Jamie Foxx speaks out in an interview a while ago where even he discussed how, you know, P. Diddy used to have these all-men parties. Now, if P. Diddy is gay, no one gives a damn. I don't want any homophobia leaked into these conversations because I don't think it's necessary. People can do whatever the hell they want to do, but they should be of age and it should be consensual.
A kid standing there drinking champagne.
Oh, no.
And I couldn't help but wonder who the hell let their child come into this club, stand in the VIP section, and drink champagne. I mean,
point blank period. If you are of age and if it's consenting, there is no issue. But even Jamie Foxx said that P. Diddy would have these weird all men kind of dark parties. And now if you align that with these puffy flavored camps that P. Diddy put on, and then also inviting minors like Usher to come into the conversation, it is of course very concerning if you connect the dots. Now, I don't expect Usher to come out like Cassie with a lawsuit, etc., because it's going to knock him and his career in any kind of way, and therefore he's decided to stay quiet for whatever reason and decided to just block it out. And this is what we as men do. And why I feel like P. Diddy has gotten away with this for so long, because A, the men who are victims, the men who have been R-worded or sexually abused like me, groomed, molested, perhaps like Usher, we don't like to talk about it. We as men have not created an emotionally intelligent, safe place for us to have these conversations, and we block it out. We put it at the back of our heads. We end up doing drugs, smoking, going out, partying to block it all out, getting inebriated, blocking it all out. We don't want to go therapy, nothing. We don't address these issues, and therefore we hide everything behind our back and behind our head, and we leave it there and we park it there. And so therefore I think that there are a lot of people who are in Usher's position that perhaps have gone through something via P. Diddy, have blocked it all out and are not going to address it because they don't want to put it in that place. Number two, there are also men around P. Diddy who perhaps saw him doing all this stuff, which they did, cited in the lawsuits, and didn't do anything about it. And that's why abuse can continue, because your friends who are men, when you hear about your bros, he's doing something to his girlfriend, you don't check him, and you should check him, and you bypass it. And that's what I mean. A lot of men around will bypass the abuse and won't give a damn about it, and therefore it continues. So I feel like as men, we haven't created those emotionally intelligent spaces to have these conversations in any capacity, and that's why I think you won't see a lawsuit coming out from a guy. I don't think you will see it, especially somebody in the public eye. I don't think we will see anything like that anytime soon. Yes, Jamie Foxx has spoken about stuff. Yes, 50, kind of calls him out. Yes, Usher has spoken about these puffy flavored camps, which I don't even know existed until I did a deep dive. But it is extremely scary that a man like P. Diddy would have these camps. And then if you notice the podcast, business, if you notice how everybody's speaking about this conversation, everybody's tightly lipped. Jason Lee's out here dragging Cassie, number one. You have Joe Budden, who is, keeping a very on the surface conversation. And it's like everybody should be going in on this man for the disgusting allegations that have come forth in this lawsuit, because I don't believe Cassie's lying in any capacity, because there are way too many motherfuckers who've gone through some crazy stuff with P. Diddy, and therefore, it all adds up. So these puffy flavored camps, I want to bring the story back to me, it comes across as the grooming ground. To me, it comes across as the place where, look, I've got all the money, I'm a billionaire, I'm very successful, let me see if there's any young boys who I can bring into the fold and do things with them. We've all seen that video with him and Justin Bieber. History repeats itself. As somebody myself, he's been groomed, he's been told to do things by grown men, beaten up in rooms and etc. I am speaking from experience that these men are extremely, extremely scary. And why it came out against my own will, my own scandal, because these men can find me and perhaps do things left, right, center. And it's a very scary world, guys. Very scary world. So to imagine somebody on a billionaire status doing it, I can't imagine how hard it would have been for Cassie to try and leave and struggle with it. And people are now blaming her because she settled, when I'm glad that she settled, took the money, ain't dragging it out in court, and it's opened the floodgates. But these puffy flavored camps are very scary places, in my opinion. I think the way it's being described is that fact that, these are grooming grounds. Usher has spoken about it, and I'm sure that there are other men as well, or boys, who didn't make it into the music industry, who have their crazy stories, but have chosen to stay quiet, because only recently P. Diddy was giving back everybody's catalogs in exchange for NDAs. Why is he doing that? Why is he holding the catalogs, first and foremost, but why is he giving out NDAs left, right, and center? How much information out there is there? And your favorite musicians, do they know? And are they just ignoring it? That's why I kind of have respect for 50. I feel like sometimes he annoys me, but he always calls out P. Diddy. He's just not afraid. There's no fear there. And I'm glad that he does. But these puppy flavored camps, I wanted to bring to your guys' attention, because I think they are very wayward, scary places. And I'm not surprised, really. I'm really not surprised. I think that, what we've seen in the lawsuit is nothing. I think there's far worse stuff. Because Jamie Foxx discussing those parties, we've then seen those parties in the lawsuits from what Cassie has said. Candles, hiring workers, telling Cassie to say slurs and, etc., etc., putting oil all over her, telling her to act in a certain way. Bro, like those parties people talk about, it's been confirmed in these lawsuits. Corroborate everything. Everything correlates. People's stories and Cassie's lawsuit details, they directly correlate. Let me know your thoughts when it comes to this. Subscribe to the channel. Click that button, guys, for daily and consistent content. And I'll catch you guys soon for another video.